Hey folks, I am Jasmin Darznik. I'm the chair of the MFA Writing Program at California College of the Arts in San Francisco. It is that time of year, the time of year where the acceptances start to come in, hopefully happily coming in from various MFA programs. It can be a little bit confusing too. How do you decide between the offers you have? How do you make the most of the offers that have been presented to you? I know from my own experience applying to MFA programs and finally deciding on one, it can be a little bit of a nerve-wracking time. And having led the program at CCA and been in the admissions process for a few years now, I have learned a few things, and I'm often surprised that people don't necessarily know to look at these particular strategies when they're making a decision about the MFA program they're going to choose. So I'm here with 5 tips for how to better make a decision about what MFA program to attend. So the first thing I'd say is this is the time to meet with an admissions counselor. And most of them will be happy to meet with you one-on-one. You can just write to the admissions office and let them know that you've got some questions. And they should have, each college should have a dedicated each program should have a dedicated person who's on graduate admissions and can walk you through your package and answer any questions you have about financial aid. I know a lot of students, that's their first question, and the place to go would be an admissions counselor. So even if you've talked to a counselor before, this is a really good time to go back in because you're going to have new questions. And the best way, I think, to sort of parse between the answers you're getting is to come up with a spreadsheet and have a list of questions that you need information about, and then just plug in the various answers you're getting so that you have a place where you can go to and compare the different sets of information that you're getting from different programs. You can track it that way. So second thing I might do, or I definitely would do, is to go visit in person. A lot of people just kind of, look online, and I know that not everyone can go and do an in-person visit, but if it's possible, if it's within driving distance, I think there's really nothing that's going to give you more insight into what a program is like than actually being on the ground there. And you want to think about, can you picture yourself in this place? I mean, it's going to be your home, hopefully during your 2 years in the program, but then well beyond that, this is a place that's going to be your community. So can you really see yourself as part of this program? And check out the environment. So what are the coffee shops like? What is the dining hall like? Where's the library? Give yourself a nice, few hours to just soak it all in and get as much on the ground insight as you can. If you can't visit in person, what I would do is take a virtual tour. And these are super savvy these days. You can actually, in our program, you can text someone and they will take you on a virtual tour. And there's so many different opportunities where you can make direct contact with someone, a student, a current student, and they can help give you that on the ground insight that maybe you can't get firsthand. So definitely think of a virtual tour if you can't do the in-person one. This is also a good opportunity during this tour to get more of a sense of the culture of a place. If a program or college has an ongoing speaker series or writer series, I have a coffee hour at CCA every Tuesday. That's also another way to really get in there and go beyond just the official tour, but get a sense really of what students are experiencing in there. So third thing is to get to know the program. They're not all alike. Each one has its own culture that has to do with the history of the institution, the people who are teaching there, the city where it's located. So you want to think about, what are the values of this program? What are the philosophies and worldviews that are embedded in the curriculum? And a way to do that, I mean, if you go online, that's fine. That's the first place you should go. But think about looking at some of the students' work. For example, if you poke around a little bit online, you can find references to alumni work. So what kinds of books or articles or careers are people pursuing after their MFAs? Look around, poke around, go beyond just what's there on the website and see if you can go deeper and look at course descriptions, see if you can find reading lists for classes. Go to people's social media accounts too. I always think that's like a great as it happens view of a program. So go check out people's programs' social media accounts and get a sense of what the culture is from over there. So fourth out of five things is to check out alumni publications. So this is something definitely that'll give you insight into the program's culture, but it'll also give you a sense of what you can expect. A lot of people going into MFAs nowadays, they want to be published. It's just straight up an ambition that people have. And so you want to think, what kind of support is there for you in the program when you're a student, if you have that kind of ambition, and then what does the support look like beyond your 2 years in the program? What kinds of resources are there for you when you're ready to begin pitching agents, for example? So we've got, for example, in my program, we've got a class dedicated to professional development. Ask about things like that. Do you have a class? Do you have roundtable discussions? Do you have professional development series? There might be things that you can't immediately see on the social media accounts or on the website, but it really behooves you to dig deeper and see what kind of support am I going to get for my life beyond the MFA, for when I want to enter life as a professional author. So that's my fourth tip. And then the fifth bit of advice I've got for you is to get to know the faculty. I am so astonished that people don't do this more often. And you don't necessarily have to read people's whole books, but you definitely should go and check out the faculty website page on the program's website. But then again, go beyond that, dig deeper. This is 2 years of your life and beyond. And so you want to have a sense really of who you're going to be studying with. So go to the faculty's individual websites. Are they publishing actively? That is a really big thing. You want to be somewhere where your mentors are steeped in the literary scene, and they're going to be able to give you the perspective and the connections of somebody who is really not just talking the talk, but writing, doing the work out there in the world, and has that kind of recognition and will give you that entree and perspective. So check out the faculty's work. I also always think it's fantastic if you can sit on a class to get a sense of the faculty's different teaching philosophies and styles. I'm always happy to host people at CCA, and that's an opportunity you should avail yourself of if you've at all got the chance to do it. And maybe attached to that bit is see if you can connect with a student and get their insight into what classes are like, what professors are really, what are their teaching styles, what's the philosophy, what's the vibe in that program's workshop environment, for example. These are really big factors that are going to impact you hugely. So you want to do your research and hit upon as many of these sources of information as you can. Hope this is real helpful for you. And at CCA, we're hosting our Admitted Students Day on April the 1st. So that's coming up just a week from now on Saturday. Hope to see you if you're in San Francisco and considering CCA. And if you have other questions, always super happy to answer your individual queries, whether it's about my program or just the MFA process in general. You can reach me super easy at jdarznik@cca.edu, and it's jdarznik@cca.edu. I hope this is helpful. Good luck, everyone.